Hi guys, my name's Adam Boyteen. I'm one of the conservation officers here in Saginaw County. Behind me, we have the field office here at the Shiawassee River State Game Area, and today we're going to be talking about waterfowl hunting and everything that's associated with that. So come on with me, let's go inside, take a look, and we'll talk more inside about waterfowl. So now we're inside at the field office. This is Jeremiah behind me. He's one of the wildlife biologists here at the Shiawassee River State Game Area. And Jeremiah is going to explain a little bit how the draw works for people to come in and do some waterfowl hunting.
All right, as I've said, my name is Jeremiah. I'd like to welcome you all to the St. Charles Wildlife Field Office. This is where we do complete the managed waterfowl hunting draws. You're going to be hunting on a certain day. You're going to come in. You're going to grab one of these registration cards. You'll be the party leader. You can have up to 3 individuals hunting with you. This highlighted number is your number in the draw. So say you're number 2, you're going to come up. You're going to pick one of these hunting zones. Right now, you're the first in the draw. Nobody's picked a hunting zone yet, so you can pick any zone that you want. So if you pick zone 36, we're going to flip this over, and that's going to be your zone for that hunting period. We do have 2 draws per day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. The one in the morning is going to be at 5 a.m. The one in the afternoon is at 11 a.m. The afternoon draw, we are going to flip all these back over, and it's a completely new board, and those afternoon hunters have their choice of which zones they want to hunt out of. After your hunting period is done, you're going to fill out what you harvested on the back of your registration card. It's going to have your zone, all of the waterfowl that you harvested, and these are required to be turned back into us, and that is how we track harvest across the season.
Next, we're going to talk about first aid. When you're out waterfowl hunting or doing any kind of hunting at all, it's always a good idea to bring a first aid kit with you. I'll show you guys exactly what I have with me when I go out in the field. Pocket knife, body and hand warmer, first aid gloves, gauze sponges, gauze, everybody's favorite Band-Aid. Probably the most used thing in my first aid kit is the Band-Aid. And basically, these are the things that I like to keep in my first aid kit.
Hi, my name is Seth Brody. Today I'm going to talk about some of the safety equipment you need to have with you if you're going to be using a boat while you're waterfowl hunting. One of the main things you need to carry with you on any type of watercraft is some type of flotation device. This is a type 4, it's a throwable flotation device. This is a type 2, it's a wearable. You're also required to have some type of visual distress signal if you're going to be out after hours. These are some flares. Flares will expire every 3 years, so make sure you watch your expiration dates. Some other safety equipment that's not required, but it's a good idea to take with you, is a compass and a GPS. GPS works way better than the compass, but it is an electronic device, has a battery, can fail. Compasses hardly ever fail. Paddle is a good idea to carry on board in case your motor breaks. That way you can paddle to shore. Carry an anchor, some extra rope, fire extinguisher, inflatable life jacket, a horn or whistle. Another important thing to consider when going out waterfowl hunting is to have a float plan. Leave the information about where you're going to be, how long you plan on being gone, who's going to be with you, with a responsible party. They can contact the proper authorities to send help your way. Waterfowl hunters in Michigan are required to have the following license: a federal migratory bird stamp, which is signed across the face, license, a waterfowl license, and their migratory bird survey. These licenses are needed for anyone 16 years and older. Under the age of 16, just a base license is required to hunt waterfowl. At all times while handling firearms, make sure they are pointed in a safe direction. Waterfowl and migratory bird hunters in the state of Michigan are required to hunt with a firearm that is capable of holding no more than 3 rounds. To easily figure out if your gun is capable of holding more than 3 rounds is to consider 1 round in your chamber and then load your magazine. Make sure it can only hold 2 rounds in the magazine. This firearm, although having a plug in the magazine, is capable of holding more than 3 rounds. 1 for the chamber, 3 in the magazine. This firearm would be illegal to hunt with because it is capable of holding 4 rounds total. Waterfowl hunters in Michigan are required to use non-toxic ammunition for waterfowl hunting. The possession of toxic ammunition while waterfowl hunting is illegal. This steel shot is a popular non-toxic ammunition that is readily affordable for beginner and experienced hunters. All of the rules and regulations for waterfowl hunting in Michigan can be found in the annual digest, which you can find online or at authorized retail locations.
So when it comes to picking a good place to waterfowl hunt, you want to be where the birds are. Whether that's in a private field owned by somebody else, or even if it's in a public marsh like this, you want to scout and make sure that you know exactly where the birds are going to be to up your chances of having a successful hunt. What I love most about waterfowl hunting is spending time with friends and family out in the marsh and in the field. Also, I really like the dog work of it. If you guys notice any poaching out while you're waterfowl hunting, give us a call at 1-800-292-7800. That's our Report All Poaching hotline. And once you call in, they'll get a hold of a conservation officer to come out and take a look at what you got.